Hello everyone, welcome to Quantum Leap. I'm your host, Toyin Umesiri. Today I'm bringing you a very unique topic on energetics in business. So you see, in the world of business, most times people may not connect their branding, marketing, and sales to the principles of energetics. What do I mean? As humans, we vibrate to frequency. That's what activates our feelings and emotions. So what happens is that mastering how people respond to your products and services and the experience side of how they navigate your space, be it in the physical stores or be it online, is how people experience your brand, how they experience your messaging, your articles. Is that ultimately, as humans, we store information within ourselves energetically. We transform pictures into images. We attempt to make meaning of things, of the world, energetically. And so our inner state actually drives the things that we do. Also, when it comes to wealth of nations, it's also energetics, is that human creativity, human productivity is driven by the types of energy, the frequency at which people are vibrating. And let me connect this to the realm of thinking and belief, is that your thoughts vibrate at a frequency. If you think of high vibrational thoughts, it will motivate you and move you forward. You'll be achieving greater levels of progress. You'll be more creative. You'll be more productive. High vibrational stuff of joy and happiness and this passion that you're going to have for your work will make you unlock innovative results. And this is more attractive, right? Is that when you produce high vibrational products and services and you present information with high vibrational energy, meaning a sense of possibility, that you cast a vision that people want to participate in, meaning people want to move towards. Those type of brands that cast, this side of humanity of positivity, you can do it, right? That moves people forward towards their goals. They attract more people. That's the fundamental, is that desires of people are activated with products and services, right? It's that your product and services, your ability to connect it to human desire will help you achieve greater level of success in your business, right? We all move because of what we desire. Desires move us. Desire is what unlocks the activation of our frequency. What we desire in the world also vibrates at a frequency. It's this idea that products or services that are created and man-made, okay, they are energetics, atom, protons, right, neutrons, electrons, is that they vibrate energetically. And so how we also connect those things is we are attracted to people who carry what we desire, the things we need, the things we want, the things we want to hone, the things that are useful, that we find useful to advancing our goals. That's what all humans are seeking. That's what they are looking for. So if you as a business owner, when you understand the principles of energetics and you are able to present your products in an environment that has high desire, that is highly desirable, when you present information that people need and want and makes them feel better and makes them achieve their goals, your products becomes more desirably, right? And it's magnetic. It creates this magnetic side of us. What do we mean by magnetism? Is that emotions, your energy in motion creates an energetic field. I'm going into very advanced side of business. I used to serve as a strategist for the biggest company in the world, Fortune 1. a lot of the technology and the strategy used to build the biggest company in the world is incredible study of humanity, right? How humans are designed. And even in my own school as well, I created what I call Quantum Leap Human Design to help entrepreneurs understand themselves and also to understand their clients and customers better. That way you know how to serve them, you know how to welcome them, you know how to invite them in a way that pleasures and meets their needs, right? Because that's what sustains your business. And in today's world, many people want attention, rightly so, but how do you meet people's desire? Because that is the most powerful place to be as a business owner, is that what you are releasing and giving people is highly desirable, highly impactful, and that is where a business is that would last, right? Trying to make people want your product and services is different from trying to present what they would naturally desire, that their own desire would move them into, right? Is that you will do less work, they will do the work, because again, we move towards what we desire. So that's important, is mapping your product and services to human desire. What are they trying to achieve? Why do they want it? When do they want it? In what form do they want it? This is also about putting your clients and customers as the center of your business. Not you, you put them. What do they want? What are they navigating? What lifestyle are they trying to adopt for themselves? What do they love? How do they make decisions? How you're going to fit their products and services into their lifestyle, so it becomes something natural, right? I'm more of the school of thought that life is natural. If people are living in the real world and they have things to do, places to go, your ability to enable that, make what they're trying to do easier, help make it more achievable, remove the barriers in their way, that is where high desirability is, because you are making yourself useful to humanity, right? So I would rather, encourage entrepreneurs and business owners to laser focus to say, how are we being useful, right? Your ability to just answer that question in of itself would unlock new potentials for you. Not how do I get people to pay me, not just how do I get money, but how can I be more useful to people, because it's about utility and tools, right? Whenever humans want to achieve a goal, we are going to be drawn to tools that enable us to achieve it better, faster, in less time, right? Consuming less energy. Our ability to articulate what that means energetically, right? Because meaning is drawn from energetics. We speak words, but we only attach to words that vibrate, right? That's the one that we give meaning to, and that's the one we remember. So also, to become a memorable brand, you have to seek to understand, to say, what does this word mean? What does this image mean? What do we want to mean to the world? Okay? If you can bring your branding and marketing to that world of meaning, right? How would people respond to our brand? What would they believe about what we're presenting? What would they remember and walk away with? And also, what information will make them return and come back again? When you start thinking from that world of meaning and energetics and vibrational, like how do you vibe and frequency, it also connects to how often would people frequent your office. So for example, if you're in the food industry, you already know that generally speaking, humans will continue to want food, consume food, and extract, right, calories. Right, that's part of energetics, that food, when it's consumed and digested, is stored as energy. So because of the need, because of the desire for food that is natural to our being, we frequent seeking food out as often as we need it. And it's daily, right? Just in general, right? 2 times, 3 times a day, depending on different people. And so if you're in a community and you're in the restaurant business, you already know that people frequent restaurants at particular time. If they're in the office, then noon, high volume, right? You can plan around that, meaning your ability to understand the desire. How does the desire frequent within people? Meaning, how many times do people need this, want this, desire this? And then how do you position yourself during that time? Okay, let's give another example. If you are in the market or you're in the business of baby products, there's a frequency to that, right? And that's why people price as much, is that what is the frequency in one customer's reality, in one customer's life? How many times does she frequent demanding the consumption of specific products, right? That kind of understanding skill is, people have desires. When do they desire it? How often do they desire it? And then saying, okay, for your business, how are you going to strategically position yourself, okay, as someone that they can trust to fulfill that desire whenever, okay, they have that desire? And then the other side also is, how do you get people to pass that message along? Because when you meet people's desire and you do a fantastic job, humans tend to pass that information along as well. So I hope on this episode of Quantum Leap, at a minimum, I've introduced you into the world of energetics in business, and not just thinking about branding and marketing and sales on the physical side, but starting to unlock the meaning of words, how your brand vibrates, right? The desires of people, how do they desire what it is you want to serve them, understanding frequency, right? How often do they need this desire? How often do they have a longing, right? When they open themselves to fulfill that desire, how often do they look to fulfill that desire? When do they look to fulfill it? Where do they look to? And bringing all of that intelligence, market intelligence, to your own drawing board, and then building strategy around it, so that when you position yourself, you are positioning yourself to be the go-to resource. And how do you continue to meet desires of new customers or existing customers? Because ultimately, if you want to build sustainability into your business, you need to come into that world of energetics and start understanding human design, human behavior, and then human adoption as well. Thank you so much for joining today's episode. I'm Coach Toyin. I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.